you doing, guys? I'm Chad. I'm with Nola Shop Norway. Today I'll be giving a review on a product that I rated as 5 stars and the reasons why I rated it as 5 stars. So if you want to see the product in real life and it'll help you with your shopping decision, just stay tuned and continue watching. Thank you. Hello, guys. This is another lens review. Today it'll be the Sony 50mm 1.8. It's a standard lens. It probably won't be the best lens that you'll have, but I'll get into the reason why I rate it as 5 stars. You can see the blur. You know, it has, like I said, the autofocus. You know, see, it's got a little bit of hunt there, and it's noisy too. If you're doing video, it's a little bit noisy, but I mean, if you're doing photography and you're taking pictures, I mean, that autofocus is very accurate. Okay, so I have the Sony 50mm 1.8 standard lens. This is the probably the most affordable lens in the Sony lineup. It's probably the least inexpensive, but the reason why I rated 5 stars is because it still provides excellent image quality at a very affordable price. Brand new, this lens is about 250 bucks. You can get it used for about 200 or less. So like I said, it's very affordable, and it still is in that range. It's still a 50mm lens, which gives you a good amount of width on your shots, and you can do portraits. And at f1.8, it is really fast, gives you a nice background blur, and it's still pretty sharp. So I mean, it doesn't have the same build quality as, you know, a 50mm 55mm Zeiss, or the other, you know, the 1.4 or the 1.2. You know, those lenses go for like 1,400, 2,000 bucks. $200 lens, great image quality. Yeah, I rarely use this lens, but for $200, I mean, it is a good emergency investment. Like, I have my 55mm. If anything happened to that, and I could just pull this thing out, and I don't worry about if I, you know, I lose it or whatever. I mean, it's 200 bucks. Or, I mean, this is a good investment to have as a just a little backup. I mean, you don't want to have a $2,000 backup that you'll never use. It's better to have a $200 backup that you can use. Just like with many of the other lenses that I review, affordability and portability, you know, are part of the factor. It's always going to be about image quality. So, you know, the build quality on this one is, you know, it's basic. That's the reason why it's priced the way it is. But the optic quality is very good. You know, I would say it's about 95% of the more expensive lenses, which in real world applications is very negligible. Most of us won't see that, especially with all the compressed images that we see on the internet or on our cell phones, because that's how most of us view our images on cell phones. So you, other than maybe the background blur, you know, that, you know, if you can get a little bit more blur out of this 50 at a 1.2 or 1.4, then yeah, you'll probably notice that if you're a trained photographer. But you, at 1.8, you still get plenty of light and good depth of field with this lens. So I rate this 5 stars because of the value that it gives you, the quality of the image for the price. So even if you have other lenses and you're considering other lenses, I would still recommend getting this lens just to have. Say you want to go somewhere where it's very rough or it's difficult, or, you know, say, and you still want to bring a type lens like this. Like, sometimes I don't want to bring out my $1,000, $1,500 lenses to certain events or areas or what have you. Like if I'm going out hiking in the woods overnight, or if I'm going into some rough conditions, I don't want to risk my other lenses being damaged or whatever. So this one I'll have. Like, I don't worry about, like, it's just $200 lens. If I lose it, it's not a major loss. So I would definitely recommend this lens. It's a 5-star lens. It's great image quality, very affordable, versatile, 1.8 50 millimeter lens. So 5 stars.